Caleb, can we start a poll? This poll, no one has to jump the gun. Don't get all crazy. Is Dallin Pepper gonna ever win the CrossFit Games? That's the poll. Okay. And I have an opinion on it. It's hard to win the CrossFit Games. It is hard. Look at John Young's face already. Like
he's fighting so hard.
I don't like this question.
Already spelling it. Okay, so Pedro up there from Coffee Pods and Wads did an interview with Dallin Pepper, and has if you want to listen to the best podcaster in the game who lets his guests speak, then I guess listen to Coffee Pods and Wads. If you don't want to hear the guests just speak, then stay here. Okay. Some of the things we learned on the podcast was he got an American Eagle sponsor. That's like a big weirdo brand. I remember they had a store in
that's their shtick, isn't it? That's their USP. We're a big weirdo brand.
Yeah, that's weird shit. I don't know how any of that
cologne as you walk into the store kind of thing.
And the people there, the people who work there are weird. But anyway, he got picked up by them. Congratulations. That's awesome. We learned that. So you don't need to watch the podcast. I'm going to tell you, I listened to it and took all the good pieces. Yeah. He told us that Fee and Al got married. Fee Sagafi got married. He went to the wedding. He asked Dallin, "Are you going to Rogue?" And Dallin said, "If I get an invite." Do we know? Did Dallin get an invite?
He will get an invite for sure.
How do you know?
Because he was top 15 at the games.
All right. He said, okay, here we go. Big question coming up here. He said that his long-term projects are upper body pressing and running. Pedro was able to get that out of him. Two things. First of all, you think it's good for an athlete to kind of admit that on a podcast? Is that okay? To like talk about what your weaknesses are?
You don't want to keep those to yourself?
Most fans of the sport know what they are. And so if you're not acknowledging them, you're just hiding from the truth.
Okay. I like that.
It doesn't give anybody... I guess it gives people an advantage, but I don't feel like it gives people like a big advantage. It's not a team sport. It's a single sport, at least with Dallin. He does his best. The other people do their best. That's how every event goes. So knowing somebody's weakness, I don't think is a huge advantage by any means. Plus, everybody's working on them. If Fraser said, "This is my weakness," he's probably going to be the best person in all of CrossFit the next year at that thing. So...
And Dallin did take 5th at the games. There's not a lot of people better than him.
I assume at Dallin's level, if they have a weakness, it will be like Fraser-like next year, right? Maybe not to the degree, but they're not going to be weak at it the next year.
Pedro, were you going to say something? Or were you just licking your chop?
No, sorry. Clydesdale said that the athletes were asked to keep it a secret. They weren't, because I had Bailey Martin on the same day, and he was like, "Oh, I'm hoping to get an invite in the post this week." And then about 2 days later, Rogue put up a post, like a reel of Bailey Martin. So like they're asking them and then sending out stuff, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Good information.
Posted about hers too.
Who?
Alexis Raptis posted about her invite, but I don't think they've actually posted that
They didn't do the belt buckle thing, or you know what I mean? I don't think they did the previous year's thing.
Oh, like mail you something?
Yet.
Yeah.
We'll probably get confirmation like a couple days from now, just like athlete by athlete of who's coming. I bet by next week. You think we'll know everybody by next week?
Depends on the leaderboard.
Other than the queue,
I'd say so. Yeah, we will.
Everybody that's declined or accepted, and we'll know how many spots there are left within the queue or within the games.
Is that her story? Look, you're good, Caleb. You're good.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right.
$250,000. Fucking hell.
Now, what are you guys saying to me? That she has the invite, but Rogue hasn't announced it?
Correct.
Oh, because they're waiting for her to say yes or no is what we're speculating. Okay, sorry. I'm a little slow. Okay.
Maybe it's just international ones that they haven't posted out then. Maybe I'm wrong.
I think they're doing it
Dallin did get
by
it.
day.
Okay. And you're going to Rogue. Caleb's going to Rogue. John Young's going to Rogue. Anyone else? Tyler, are you going to Rogue? Pedro's not
planning on it yet.
Oh, Pedro, so you can hang out in front of your computer with me and we can talk about it.
2 a.m.
All right, awesome. as we continue on the coffee, analyzing the Coffee Pods and Wads podcast, so you don't have to watch it. Well, let me ask you this: is his press and his run? They're not even that bad, right? His pressing is great, isn't it?
They're not bad relative to the field, no, but relative to him, they're bad.
Okay,
Does that make sense? Like
sure, yeah.
Like running, I don't know what he did at the 5K, but he's probably 15 to 20th out of 30 guys on running. But relative, that's not a huge weakness. He has no Laura Horvath like weaknesses. He's probably one of the more well-rounded people in the top 5.
Let's see, I'm going over to the leaderboard. I'm faster than Caleb is. Shit, fuck.
He's so young.
That's what I'm thinking.
Really,
Yeah. Do you want to answer the question? Do you want to go down the line and answer the question?
Yeah, we will. Hold on. Don't get carried away. I got a little bit more. No, everyone start. Now you can start voting a little bit if you want to vote. If you know. Torres has been coaching Dallin since his teen years, and he won 2 CrossFit Games Teens Awards, first places, championships, whatever the fuck you call those things, with Matt Torres as his coach. And it sounds like he's staying with Matt Torres. That was a good bit there, Pedro. You pulled out of him. Pedro said that Dallin had this is the part where I'm critiquing Pedro. Pedro said that Dallin had brand loyalty because he's been with his sponsors so long. I call bullshit, Pedro. The brands know they are sitting on gold with him. He has no loyalty to them, or they have no loyalty to him.
Yeah, but he's probably getting better off. Like he's probably getting better offers from other companies that do similar things to those companies. And that's what I meant, that he's sticking with them, because I reckon he's your classical all-American, like, high school quarterback type guy. He's really marketable, and he's with the same companies. There's definitely, like, you telling me First Form don't have more money than My Protein, or like that. No offense, but Beats don't have more money than ESC headphones or whatever. But he's sticking with the ones that backed him from the start, I think.
Okay, I like it. Okay, I stand corrected. Pedro's still an A+ interviewer. I was just looking for something to pick on you. Dallin and Danielle make great IG shit. They found their voices. I think Dallin's Instagram is amazing. I think he's found his voice. I remember a couple of years ago, he's like, I can't wait to find my voice like Danielle. He's found it. He's funny as shit, right? He's the one who made the he was one of the original people that made the grips post. That was amazing. That was funny.
But even compare his first show with you and his most recent, do you know what I mean? Totally different person, like.
Come out of his shell. 27 at the 27-minute mark, Pedro asks him the difference between 22 and 23 games, and Dallin gives us some sort of let's play a little bit of this. Let's see. Okay, here we go.
Year 2. What do you think are the big, like, what was skip me talking, kid, fuck's sake, turnings of dials that you made in that time?
With like semifinals, I think like there wasn't much of a difference. Honestly, I think the third was probably a little better performance just because the field was deeper. Yeah. But in regards to the games, I think in 2022 it was still like the mindset of like I have to get to the games. And so that's the approach we took in training. Like I needed to be ready for semifinals, and I needed to be good at semifinals. Like that's the type of stuff I needed to be really good at. Where we had a lot more confidence going into this season that I would be where I needed to be at semifinals. And so we trained for the games specifically since last September or October. And like, that's what we've been getting ready for.
I call bullshit on all this. Listen, in 2022, your balls hadn't dropped. I call bullshit on it. The reason why he's went from 19th to 5th, he still worked just as hard. He's a great CrossFitter, and it's nothing but more hard work and age. Period. End of fucking story. Tyler?
Agreed.
Pedro?
Yeah.
I think it's both, but you seem hyped, so I'll just agree with you.
Okay, thank you. John, I'm cool. Like he's giving. Why do you think he took 19th in 2022 and 5th in 2023? And he gives all these reasons. Like before, I was just focused to go to the games. Now I'm more focused on being better. And I'm just like, dude, no, your balls dropped. You were fucking 12 years old in 2022, and like every year you're getting better not because you don't. I mean, he works hard. He's amazing. We know all that, right? He's a beast, but he's just getting older and stronger. That's the end of the story.
Yeah, I don't know about just stronger. I think he's getting older and fitter.
Right,
Yeah,
fitter.
I
Fitter.
would agree with that. Yeah, I mean, kind of like Emma Lawson. I don't think did this year as well. I know she went 6th to 2nd, but yeah, I mean, I think he's just reaching his peak, and we don't know where that peak is, right? Like its peak is not 22nd. It's it might be 5th, it might not be 5th, but I think he's still on his way to peak Dallin. And like most athletes, he'll hit that peak, and then it'll just be around the same the whole time, unless you're.
Who's further away from their peak, Dallin or Jason Hopper?
Well, I don't know if we know a lot about Hopper because he has valleys.
Hopper.
Not everybody
Hopper's
has
further
valleys.
from his peak?
He is this last year. I don't believe he's 31st.
Excluding even. Well, I believe Dallin can be first fittest too. See, when I look between them, to me, I think Dallin has to do it within the next 3 years. The people he's competing against, I think, are Jason in the future. And it's like, I think Dallin has done CrossFit longer than Jason. Jason's hadn't been an athlete longer, but he needs to figure out how to be a CrossFit athlete. Dallin's been doing that for a long time. So I think Jason's peak is going to be longer than Dallin's.
I think as of right now, we can't put Hopper in Dallin's category.
I think you're wrong.
Until he does it.
Yeah, dude, Dallin Pepper's a fucking.
For instance, let me.
Hey, Dallin Pepper's underrated, and he took 5th.
I bet you Dallin has 5 straight years of being in the top 10.
Me too.
And maybe Hopper does too, but he has not done it. It's been a roller coaster, right? Until he does it, I don't think we can put him in that conversation.
I don't disagree about Dallin. What I disagree about is the validity of this year for Jason. To me, I'm giving him a pass on this year.
I agree, but the 2 years previous to that, he was 19th. He was 19th, 7th, and then 31st. First off, Dallin got 5th, better than Hopper's ever done. And I think Dallin is way more consistent than Hopper is. That doesn't mean Hopper can't have a higher peak. He can. Like as far as like winning the games, I think Jason and Dallin are on the same level of both of these guys, their ability to win the games. I personally don't think either one of them will. I don't think either one of them ever will. I think both of them are capable of podium in the future. But
wait a second. I don't understand the way your opening sentence for your paragraph is Dallin's in a different league than Jason, and then you're basically the rest of your paragraph is how they're in the same league. Okay.
I think Dallin is going to be top 10 for the rest of his career, and I think Hopper's going to have good years and bad years. At least that's what he's shown so far. Like he's going to be very inconsistent, but those good years are going to be really good. Fikowski is similar to this. Fikowski's done this. He's had really bad years and really good years, where I think Dallin is going to be more consistent. I don't think either one of them is. Let me
say this to you. Roman, Vellner, Fikowski, and Adler will all have one foot in the grave as Dallin Pepper hits his stride.
Adler's 28. Roman's 28.
Yeah.
Vellner's 33.
The
only person you said correct.
Dallin's 21.
Yeah. Okay. Here's what I'm saying. How old's Justin?
24.
And he's already on the downhill. Y'all are already forking him. He's done. like
Justin's not forked.
He got a girlfriend. He got a puppy.
What I'm saying, listen.
Too soon, Caleb.
Hold on.
Too soon, Caleb.
What I'm saying, if when Dallin hits his peak, okay, if that peak is second place, kind of like Vellner. Vellner hit his peak, and then he just sustained his peak. It was never good enough to win the games.
I'm
think
with you,
Dallin
but there's
will be
so many
similar to that.
unknowns about Dallin, and he's a 2-time champion. He's champion pedigree. He's young.
Are you talking about the teen division?
And everyone above him
Haley's like a 4-time champion in the teen division. You can't use the teen division.
You can only compete 3 years, and Haley won it 4 times. Hey,
14,
I'm just
15,
saying.
16, 17.
Listen. I'm just saying he's young, and we don't know his potential. You agree with me on that, right?
I agree with you on that.
Okay. And
argument
hey, and I think
against
it's a big leap. I think 36% saying he's going to win the games is huge. Like winning the games is fucking hard. Like really, really, really hard. But I still think those are amazing numbers.
Let me ask you a question. Are you saying like when Ricky, Jeff, Roman are done, you're saying that's when Dallin's going to win the games?
I'm just saying that they're going to be.
I'm talking. Go ahead.
Even if Dallin it never gets better than them, he is going to eventually be better than them in his lifetime. So he may never be
better. Is going to come along.
Maybe, but things look good for him because we don't know his cap, and he's looking at fucking dudes who can't fucking stay out of the hospital.
Okay, well, I agree with that. If that's funny with Ricky. If you're saying nobody better is going to come along, then absolutely he'll out-survive those guys because he's 7 years younger. And Hopper is the person he's going to have to go against. Justin will also be there. Somebody else is going to come along. It always happens. It's not just going to stay the same. There will always be a new person that comes along.
If Dallin can,
He is that person.
Dallin's aim is he wants to.
I'm saying, go ahead.
He wants to move up from 5th. Like that's his thing now. He wants to be like higher than 5th, obviously. I think if he can be 5th or above next year, he will absolutely, definitely win the games. I think once he doesn't do like what Hopper did or what Fikowski's done of going like up, down, if he can stay consistently where he is or better next year, I think he'll definitely win the games after that.
Would you have said the same about Vellner? Because Vellner was better than Dallin at every step of the way, and he's never won the games. He's never been good enough. He's always been right there.
Yeah, but the son has learned from the father.
Okay. Well,
please tell me that's in the Bible.
That's what you're gonna die.
That's in the Bible.
I'll just let it be.
This is where I think we divert in that I think Dallin was helped out by the fact that there were cuts this year. Hopper got 7th last year. There were no cuts. It was arguably a harder field for him, and he still got 7th. I think Dallin's going to get set back. I still think, listen very carefully, I still think that he's a top 3 athlete, but he's going to take a step back. How does he handle that? Jason got one fluke year. That's how I feel.
I think the training camp he has, I think Matt's a really good coach, and I think training with like Fee, Emma, James, Danielle, like regularly, he told me that they're all coming back as far as he knows. So assuming they're all going to be there, assuming they have a bigger facility that they're planning on moving to, they've got that cool new logo and shit. So assuming that keeps going.
They launched a new logo already? It came out?
Yeah. So assuming that keeps happening and they take on maybe some more athletes as well. And okay, Dom is gone by all accounts, but if someone else is there on the coaching team or whatever, I forgot to ask him about that. And I fucking hate that I forgot to ask him about that. I listed everyone else and then skipped Dom because I forgot, and Will immediately pointed it out.
Dom. Go on.
But yeah, if they can all stick around, I think that's a better like environment than most that he's in now. And it's perfect for him. And he knows Matt, and Matt knows him, and they've been together for years.